So yeah, those were the games that I had for a while. And then, like I said, there was that, like, Scheherazade period, visiting my father and this horrible family he was with for a time. While that was going on, in an effort to, like, I don't know, bring people together, my father took me and this horrible abusive child somewhere and, like, collectively got us two games without saying who owned which. So there was some going back and forth. And eventually, like, this is the one that I wound up keeping. Not out of any particular choice, it just happened this way. And speaking of games that are too hard, yes, that square, the Final Fantasy square. This is 3D World Runner. You may be wondering, why is it called 3D? Because if you hit the select button, massive epilepsy warning, this happens. And then if you happen to have those, like, old school or red and blue glasses, then you know, you got a 3D effect for you. And if you don't, you just have a headache. And if you do, you still have the headache. But basically, someone at Square at the time was clearly really into Space Harrier. But in Space Harrier, you can always fly. Here, that's just for bosses. Also, in Space Harrier, you can always shoot. Here, you have to, like, smack your face in these pillars to get powers for that. And I can go faster. You have very good, like, max jump height if you just hold the button down. And you have to use it. Also, I hope you like this track, because it's not going to stop until I stop playing the game. Or get to a boss fight. Also, I have to show off the smoke ring when you pause it. I feel like there's a slight edit to the sprite for the US release. Could be wrong. Anyway, alright, bonus level. So the screen wraps pretty quickly when you go, like, left and right. Things get really increasingly unforgiving as far as everything, really. But yeah, do you see how I got all those stars by doing this, like, half speedy, half slow jump? That's the way that works. And I don't know that I will even be able to show it off before it becomes a requirement. But if you, like, are pixel perfect, you can bounce off the top of the non-flaming pillars. And there are parts later in the game where we're just not going to have ground anymore, and that's the only way you can, like, advance. Yeah. Just smack your head, get a power-up. Or get killed. Depends on the pillar. Okay, there I just, like, briefly touched a foot on top of that one, if you heard it. It's incredibly tight window to do it. Like, the sort of incredibly tight window where this should only be used as, like, a little bonus thing, but then, no, we're making this mandatory for progression. Yeah, so, like, that was a poison mushroom. If I had actually grabbed that, I would have died. Or taken damage, but, like, I hit a little P guy and took damage anyway after that, which means I have no weapon and also lost my extra hit point. I now can't shoot anything. So, yeah. Like, the draw distance in this game is so bad that, like, it doesn't help that much being able to shoot. Oh, I just missed my HP. Oh well. Another thing that happens later is there's these little hands that will like move to block you unless you're in the like specific unmarked X coordinate that they don't block. Those are fun. And there's a, like, well, time that doesn't matter in the first level. Like, later on it gets strict enough that you have to be holding run. Except for when you have to, like, let it go because we're gonna give you a sucker punch slightly shorter jump than it looks like at first. You also can't tell how far you're gonna have to jump when you start jumping most of the time because your, like, forward draw distance is kind of, like, 2 tiles. Very loud gun, too. So here's the first boss. There's the first boss. Sorry if you blinked. Later they have way more HP. Nothing else changes about them ever. Also, like, slightly different graphics. Oh. Okay. Plus, like, the overall speed of the game just kind of increases on top of usually having to just, like, hold the run button. This is a definite play until game over thing, because, like... I actually have finished this once in my life, and it was just, like, absolute shock that I pulled it off. But it is an absurdly hard game. And here you can start to see the graphics falling apart because, like, this is really kind of pushing the system to its limits. Oh, there's invincibility. Which changes the music, which is welcome. Oh, but also it runs off right there like a total dick. Yeah, so these hand things, you just kind of have to, like, find where they'll let you through. Sometimes, you know, you just get pushed back a little bit like this. Oh, sometimes you have to jump. Sometimes they appear over pits. So, yeah, that's fun. But yeah, this is one of those, I believe, pre-Final Fantasy Square games that, like, are the reason that the company was going to go under when that came out. I believe this did very poorly. Oh, I think it did get a sequel in Japan only. So yeah, the timer's real, by the way. Especially when you're, like, demonstrating to people on the internet how the hands work. It is a catchy little theme, but it is all that plays the whole game. But it's one of those games, too, where it's like... There's the little jumping over the tower thing again. It's kind of just rote memorization. Especially later, like... You can't do the jumps on reaction. You have to know exactly how far it's going to be so you don't over-jump or under-jump. You have to know the paths through these hands. You have to just, like, constantly be shooting because the, just the speed of the things you're fighting are absurd. They're, like, there for one frame in the face unless there's a shot in the way. Also, like, this bonus world in particular has, like, such a eye-straining color palette to it. It's, I think every, like, 100 star shader went up. Never really feel like they matter. And I have played this with 3D glasses. They don't, like, help in any way. It's the false confidence icon. That's how much invisibility you get. It's like... here, be invincible for 10 frames. Enjoy. Like, thanks. I'll treasure this time I have with this. So yeah, graphically they change up, but it's always a Space Harrier dragon that just kind of goes back and forth and has one more form than the one the last level had. And also more HP per form. And also never really feels threatening at all. Like they're kind of just there. I'm doing okay so far. I might get to one of the levels where you like you learn how much BS this game really is. Oh, and they take your power-ups away between levels. Okay, so yeah, now we have the frog springs. The frog springs are fun. Certain value of fun. Oh, okay, yeah. Just put mushrooms in there too, sure. Okay, now I have the 2 power-ups. You see where this is going now, right? Yes, they will change the timing up later. This one is nice enough to space you so you can just like hold forward the entire time and you're fine. Except for having to dodge. And then they do that! Oh, and then they do that. I can't shoot. Okay, now I can. If I jump too far or too high, too fast, too high, then I'm going to go into a pit. So this wants neutral speed to get these. But again, like, you see how fast you start dying once you start dying. Like, it's not going to matter. Especially because, like, again, the ability to shoot and have 2 HP, like, they feel like they don't really matter because it's mostly death bits, but they matter. You just, you know, get sucker punched by little enemies that are just suddenly in your face. Will that work out? Nope. Gotta dodge around the first row, that's right. Oh, I'm back here? Okay. And I missed those? Great. That too, huh? Okay, so now... Oh. Now this should be timed out right. Yep. Yeah, when I get a game over, I'm done with this one, but... So you may be thinking I got the raw deal on which of these 2 games to keep. Oh. And, we'll see. Because let's switch to the other one that I didn't get to keep for the rest of my life. It's, I think 7 or 8 worlds to the end of that. It just stops being ground after a while, which actually makes it easier in places. At least you don't have to like judge jumps that way. You just have to. Well, you still do, but you're like on the top of like flaming pillars and springs. It just gets really mean really quick and then doesn't go back. But the other game that I kind of like had split custody of, and have not played since. One of them licensed games. For a movie that I wouldn't see until, like, I don't know, 5 years ago. So... Speaking of collecting stars... And crabs? Did I collect the crabs? Or did I avoid the crabs? It's been a while. Okay, I know shells I want to get, yeah. Don't remember why, but you just kind of have these confusing wander this world map, collect things, sections for a while, and then after a surprisingly little time, this weird boss battle. Oh, those don't last. I guess the crabs just do their thing. This is also one of those games where it's like, I'm pretty sure if I still had the manual, it explains its arbitrary rules, but like, yeah, if you play this blind, enjoy. I don't remember this ever being hard or long. Is this just a little animation? Exactly. Oh, no, this isn't animation. It's actually a little minigame. I was just too busy watching the little jellyfish groove out. I'm sorry. Come right off Punch Out, you know? So presumably if I, like, clear out a whole formation of jellyfish, I get, Ooh, extra shells, you say. That would've been nice. Oh no. So, like, gameplay-wise, while very arbitrary, I do kind of dig what this is putting down. It's like you're getting stalked by the final boss while trying to collect the power-ups you need to actually fight him, which for some reason is a bunch of conch shells. And then you get this like first-person boss fight at the end, which is kind of neat. Oh, there are ports for some reason. Oh, you can't click the crabs, okay. hopefully at least get to the final boss. I remember this being like a game that takes like 15 minutes tops. Oh, those only go off in that direction, huh? Okay. At least the water's deep here. I like lost half my shells when I died, apparently. I don't remember if they're like currency. You have to like spend them to get like harpoons or something. I mostly just remember the end of the game. Yeah, part of the reason I went up to the World Round is just because, like... Yeah. What was even after the crab for? Aren't there just, like, points? The rest of the time just until I remember what it even is. But, oh no. Okay, different button. Inside. I do like how there's just like inevitable defeat there. Like you will lose your ship, which is gonna happen. I think you collect a bunch of shells to the port and get some kind of endgame power-up for doing so. I'm not gonna sing it. Somebody else can. I'm not gonna do it. Oh, okay. So yeah, the other port here. Aha! That's what I do. So now I have a Jaws alarm. Which will let me collect my shells in peace for a while. For whatever reason, I'm collecting the shells. But yeah, this is a game that, like, just playing it blind, you know, it's gonna be less than an hour and you'll have attained mastery of its deal. Ooh, the bonus scene again. This time I'm gonna actually do it, too, instead of just enjoying the music. Okay, really just nothing but, like, drop my 3... Yep. This feels very, like, luck-driven. Kind of like a little bit of an Echo the Dolphin vibe. Just from the perspective on these things. Yeah, proceeding further into the game, even the innocent sea creatures I'm slaughtering get scarier. Before these pick the crabs up. then also the other things drop them. I wish I could remember how many shells you need to get and why you need to get them. It's like 30 or 50 or something like that, I think. And I also want to say that it's like it makes a difference between the game just like being an instant game over or doing the ball bull charge with your prow. This would definitely be a game that you'd want to, at best, rent, though, honestly, because, like... I do remember within an hour I was done with it entirely. Hi. Like, there's no predictable nature to their pattern, and like, I only have the 3 shots. If they're all in a column, what am I supposed to do? And I have no control of the plane at all. Just kind of spam it and pray. It's almost like a pachinko thing. Okay, come for me, more can I betray you? This is a great time for my cat to be trying to get my attention. I do not care for points. Just give me the seashells I need to, I think, live. Okay, also, like, I can do damage to Jaws during these, so okay, I actually want to find him, I guess. Or her? It's kind of like... Oh, well. Well, now I'm just totally screwed. Okay, so that's enough of Jaws. Look up the ending on YouTube or something, I don't know.